Hey everybody, welcome back to Active Self-Protection Extra. Today, a Sunday gear review on a couple of spare magazine carriers that I use from Henry Holsters. Big Tex Outdoors has holsters, accessories, optics, and other parts that you need as a self-defender. I'm one of his customers and I recommend him highly. Check out the page on our website with our favorite deals. So we always got to say where our financial relationships are. Henry Holsters is a part of our holster consortium. So they are a sponsor of Active Self-Protection, have been for a year now. And but there's a reason for that. Go watch our sponsor standards video. I actually use these when I am going to carry a spare magazine, and I want to tell you why. So, mea culpa. I know that when we talk on the old interwebs, you recognize that John generally does not carry a spare magazine in his everyday carry. I don't generally carry a spare because I've never seen a private citizen use a carried magazine in an actual gunfight. Analyzed around 30,000 of them so far. Never seen a spare or a magazine change affect the outcome of a gunfight for a private citizen. On-duty cops, something totally different. This, though, is more EDC wear than on-duty police officer wear. That we get from 09 in our one of our other holster consortium members. But today on Henry Holsters, when I am going to do this is I'm filming this on Saturday, but it's going to post on Sunday, and I'm going and shooting a match tomorrow. My friend Mike Worley passed away unexpectedly in a car wreck, and to support his wonderful wife, Dana, I'm shooting in a USPSA match tomorrow in his honor as it's a memorial match for him here at Cowtown Range. And so, you know, we're going to get some reloads. It's a USPSA, right? You're going to run and gun. And so I am going to be wearing my Henry holster inside the waistband like this. And I'm going to show you a little bit of technique of how I reload as I do that. Now, when I run rifle classes, of course, you're going to reload the gun a whole bunch. And just as well to have a reload on your person when you're running a rifle class, or if you're shooting 2-gun, 3-gun, whatever that kind of stuff is. So having a good rifle mag carrier is really important, because otherwise what you're doing is you're sticking it in your front pocket, or you're sticking it in your cargo pocket or your back pocket, and you're fishing, right? And you're having a hard time. This allows you to do that consistently because you're going to reload the gun a whole bunch, so you may as well have one on you. So let's start first with the Track AR-15 magazine carrier. Like this guy, Track I think stands for Total Retention Adjustable Carrier. It's got 4 keys here, you know, 4 little spots that you can use just a Phillips head screwdriver and adjust how much retention you get on your magazines. This is a Gen 2P mag that's in there. You can see just a little bit. It's a little bit of friction. That's how I have it set up. If you really want it secure because you're jumping hay bales or something, rock on. If you want it real loose because you're running and gunning in a 2-gun match and you just want it to kind of hang out there but not give you any stress on the way out, I think you can do that as well. Andrew does this little nice thing where there are, let's see if I can show you, some soft grommets in there. So then that way it can do that. Ships 1 of 2 ways. I have this with the paddle on it, because it's easy on, easy off. You can also do this tech lock. He sells it tech lock. 35 bucks with the paddle on it, or 45 with the tech lock attachment, which, I mean, 10 bucks for a tech lock attachment is pretty good. You could even, if you want to pop those off, put a couple soft loops on it. Kind of hard to see down in there, but you can actually see that. You can soft loop that bad boy and put it IWB if you wanted to. Of course, you know, it's set up right now for me as a lefty, so it would be on my right side, and we always do our AR mags, bullets rearward. We do our pistol magazines, bullets forward, AR mags backwards, because what we're going to do here is that when we go to get it, we grab a hold of it. It would be very difficult to grab a hold of it this way. So we grab a hold of it here, rotate it up and into the magazine well. I really like this paddle actually because it's super easy. Let me show you why I like it on an instructor belt that I happen to have here from Wilderness Tactical. So, you know, again, you'd normally be wearing this belt, right? And so all you've got to do here is pop that open just the tiniest bit, and it is going to sit right there on your belt. Now it'll accommodate, I think, up to a 1.75, but what you see there is you get really good positive attachment. You get really good attachment here to the belt. So this is not going anywhere, especially when you've got a little bit of tension on your belt. So it's built a little bit curved, right? So if I do this upside down, you can see this guy comes off. But of course, your body would go more this way. And so since your body is that way, you can probably see that those clips are gonna stay put. Makes it easy on, easy off. And I like that, so it's real easy to attach, because again, this is for class, right? So I'm not gonna run a rifle spare magazine in my EDC. That seems absurd to me. But what you've got there is you've got a very secure connection. It's not coming off hell or high water and gives you a good, firm, easy, and economical AR-15 mag holder. Now, I know some people are like, well, but John, why don't you get the Tech Lock? Well, it is 10 bucks more. And if you want a real positive attachment that you know is not coming off, pay the 10 bucks and get the Tech Lock. For me, I looked at this and I just think it does a fantastic job in the environment and for the mission that I'm gonna use, which is in class. If God forbid in class I flubbed a reload or something like that, okay, fine. I'm still building kind of my bump in the night belt and we're working on that, and I probably will Tech Lock that one. So, like you see it there, for 35 bucks, I mean, for class and for running and gunning, not bad. If you want to get the Tech Lock, 45 bucks. For the pistol, we have the fold over magazine pouch. I love this guy. I think it's a really cool little mag pouch. Super minimalist. And now I want to show you, I actually have the old version. I've had this one for several months. Actually I have two of them. I have one on my waist right now because I'm going to show you a little technique in just a minute. But now Andrew ships these exclusively with DCC monoblocks. So not even this clip, which I like, it's fine, it works great. But the monoblock, the DCC monoblock is money. It is absolutely rock solid. And so when you get one today, for 25 bucks, it comes with a monoblock. Can't beat that. A couple little features that I like about this guy. Super minimalist. It's got a rounded bottom, which makes it a little bit more comfortable if you're gonna carry it every day. In terms of where you want to put it, I also like the fact that if you notice the attachment points, which it's ambidextrous, right? So you can wear it, you really want to make sure that these are bullets forward. So these are set up for me right now, IWB left-handed. Okay, so in other words, they'd be on my right-hand side because my right hand is my support hand, and set up for me to do that IWB. You can make them OWB by using the stuff on the other side, the clips on the other side. What I like about them is you notice they're a little bit oblong. And so since they are, I'm trying to let you see that through the green screen there. Since they're a little bit oblong, what you get there is you can adjust the cant to your heart's desire. So if you wanted, for instance, this guy to cant a little bit backwards, which a lot of people like a little bit of backward cant because when they go to get it, it gives them just a little easier so that they don't have to cant their wrist over so far. And if you want to do that, you can, and it's no big deal. Likewise, if it's more comfortable for you and you want to wear this a little bit further back and cant it a little bit forward so that you can reach over and grab a hold of it, you can do that as well, because reaching backwards this way gets a little bit uncomfortable. So you can play with that and do that. Really like it. Other thing here, single adjustment point. So we've got another one of those soft grommets that are inside here with a single Phillips head screwdriver bit, so you can adjust the retention. And this one is just for the steel mags. This is the generic steel magazine one. He sells them that are specifically fitted for Glock and M&P and a couple of others, but this one is for all the steel magazines, including Forma HK. And this guy, 25 bucks. Can't beat it, right? Super good value, that's why I run them. So I do want to show you just a Scotia technique and kind of how we use these and why I'm using it. So you can see, actually my baby kind of hard because my black t-shirt, but I have a spare magazine with this Henry holster, the fold over mag pouch sitting here just off center on my support side, and I'm carrying my regular EDC gun. This is Theseus that I am working. And the reason that I'm working these a little bit is because I'm shooting a match tomorrow. Again, for Mike and for, well, not for Mike, Mike's home with Jesus, but for his widow, Dana. And so we're gonna reload, right? And I'm gonna be straight up with you, reloads are not my strong suit. I don't focus on them hardly at all, and the reason I don't is I don't see them in private citizen gunfights. But when you're in class and when you're shooting, competition, you're gonna reload the gun because it adds task complexity. So let's just real quick talk about how to do it. Now, one of the things that you're gonna see here, you may or may not be able to see, is I actually have a laser insert in this gun. So then that way it is an empty gun, and the spare magazine that I'm using has a mag block in it so that I can run this, put the magazine in, run the slide forward, and go to work. One thing about this is that you notice it's dished, and what that does is when you insert an empty magazine, it does not engage the slide stop lever, but it is dished instead of rounded like a magazine would be, and so you can catch it on the lip. You can kind of get a little lip catch on it, which makes you take a little extra time to get that magazine inserted into the gun correctly. Okay. Let's finally get it, right? So my technique that I do this, and this works great for an IWB, and if you're a magazine carrier and you think that having that spare magazine is important, this is something that you can practice, okay? So I've locked the slide to the rear. When I make that decision, now I've got to go and get my hand off the gun, and I'm going to turn and drop the magazine. So I drop magazine on my P30 with my index finger. Why? Because it lets me keep my full firing grip with my dominant hand and just drop the magazine. You may have other means to do that. I've never had a long enough thumb. My thumb's not quite long enough that if I have a button over here, I can reach it. So I know guys that do that, and guys and gals, and what they'll do is they'll rotate the gun a little bit so that they can hit that magazine release. Now, okay, fine. So that part is that part. This does that so that it's out of there. Now then, I am going to then get to this. I'm under concealment right now. And so what I'm going to do to get out of this is very similar to what I would do if I was going to draw the firearm one-handed, right? So because I only have one hand, I can't clear a cover garment with this. It's waving the gun all around and is unsafe. So I'm gonna do this like I would clear a one-handed cover garment. I know some folks like to pick here, so they like to grab a hold of this and lift. I'm not a big fan of that personally. I feel like I miss too often when I do that. So I am going to grab an entire handful north-south. So you can either come down underneath and just drag, which is one of the reasons I wear these compression t-shirts, but you can grab under and drag, or you can grab a whole handful, pinch, and draw up. Now, once you've drawn up, now what we're gonna do, I extend my index finger, drive my thumb behind the gun, and grab a hold of my magazine, right? So my index finger is along the bullet side, my thumb is driven back behind the magazine, and out she comes. Now this gun, remember, was sitting here because I dropped the magazine out of it. Now I'm gonna turn it and look and see, hey, there's my magazine well. Now, some folks will even paint a little bit on their mag well so that they actually see it. Gonna bring this up nice and easy, insert the magazine. Now we're gonna get in a fight. Which method of dropping the slide do we wanna use? I don't care. I like, once this is in, to use the slide stop lever because I'm doing all this, I'm doing this little fine motor skill. So I think that one is not that big a deal. Bang, drop that. If instead you wanna go, here's that, come over the top, do a power stroke, drive in, and do your thing, totally down with that too. So, here we are. Just again, this is not rocket fast. This is not the fastest guy on earth to do that stuff. But again, if we do that bang, bang, bang from concealment, get a hold of it, put it in there, drop, go. Okay, so again, it's maybe not what is going to win me the match tomorrow, and I'm shooting open as well because I'm going to be shooting from my EDC concealment, which means I'm shooting appendix and an optics gun, which means open division in USPSA. So that means I'm gonna get smoked by some great shooters shooting race guns, and I'm down with that. I'm just gonna go have a good time, raise some money for Dana, and have a good time. So one more time, here we are, a little technique. Again, we come out here, gun is empty. Drop the magazine, get the new one, insert it in the gun, drive it forward, see my sights, press my trigger. One of the things that I'm working on, and you can yell at me if you see me do that in the match, I'm gonna see if my videographer can come and have a good time with it. So we're gonna see that's over the top. There we go. One of the things that I'm trying to do is not dip my head. There goes that magazine in the gun. See it and get the shot. Got the hit that I wanted there as well. So little technique for your day two. So AR mag pouch, love this guy. Great for rifle classes, carbine classes. Great on your home defense belt too. Our fold over is my choice, what I'm gonna wear tomorrow in my match. I love these ones from Henry Holsters. And I know folks ask like, well, wait a minute, John, you know, you're not using a Henry holster. I'm not. I'm actually using a Darkstar Gear Orion on my holster because Andrew doesn't make holsters for HKs, and I get it, and but he makes quality stuff. Other thing as well, he is an incredibly quality human, and he has supported us and done good work, put his money where his mouth is, helped us in raising money for charity, and just generally been a heck of a good dude to work with and a friend. So love his stuff. Links are in the description. 35 bucks with the paddle on it, 25 bucks with, now again, not this clip, but a DCC monoblock. I think it's a good value.